Good evening and salutations, my Days of Our Lives fans. Let's talk about Ben and Claire for a minute, because here's the thing about his whole story arc, is that I feel like it's completely messed up because the actress decided to take like a summer break or some other crap, and she's not coming back until like midsummer or something. So this is the story that they're going with. And watching this episode today was just one of those highlights where it's just like, yep, this is only happening because the actress decided to leave, and Ron apparently does not like his fans. Yeah, he comes in there. He comes in Claire's place, and he's all like, oh, you got divorce papers. So we already tell what kind of mood, what kind of scenes we're going to get with Ben and Claire. Because all Ben is going to sit there and do, at first, he's going to sit there and mope around. Claire's going to sit there and try to do her best to make him feel better. And then Ben is going to sit there and try to do something stupid. Or is going to want to try to do something stupid. So at first, Claire's not there, like, he gets on the phone, he's like, alright, like, Claire thinks that, Ben is gonna call her. Ben is like, nope, I'm gonna go down to Johannesburg, and I'm going to sit there and try to stop her. I'm gonna do that, I'm going to delay the process. I'm like, bro. Listen, I think even the most hardcore fans that are shipping or like Ciara and Ben together, I think even at this point, even they're like, bro, you need to just kind of take a beat. You need to kind of take a beat, take a step back, breathe, stop being so damn thirsty, and just kind of just like, because after Ben's moping and complaining and whining and crying, and I'm not gonna lie, his scenes has been that a lot. It's been either moping and complaining or being angry. It's like laughter just doesn't seem to exist as long as people that are writing for Ben are going to continue to write for Ben. But there's a silver lining in there. I don't know if it's what people want, but it's what it's what they're going to get. Because at the end, when Claire's like, listen, you need to just let her go. Just for a little bit. Just kind of just, like, she may not come back, and that's the reality of the situation. They hug, and then they kiss. Because, to be honest, it's not like no one didn't see that coming. And I think the only reason why I was happy about that whole scene is because I didn't sit there and get to hear Ben moping and whining. It's the first time he actually did something other than that. And I was very happy about that, because, well, at least that was a good change of pace. Abigail comes into the room when Chad and Gabby are in there. And Abigail is like, alright, I'm leaving Salem for a little bit. I'm going to sit there and just spend some time with my mother, just kind of get away. And I'm like, bye, Felicia. Bye. Could somebody help her with the bag so she can get out faster? And of course, Gabby and Chad try to talk her out of it. Here's the thing about this whole, like, why I just don't care and why she cannot leave fast enough. And yeah, we all know the real reasons. Because, well, she's pregnant. And, I mean, there's only so many camera angles they could sit there and do and whatever to try to make this whole thing work. Which I gotta sit there and say, they're doing a better job than General Hospital when they had Lulu, or the actress that was 9 months pregnant, and we're all just supposed to sit there and pretend that we do not see her looking like she's about to pop. So, good job on days. But, yeah, she's leaving, and to be honest, I'm okay with that. At the end, yeah, she tells Chad, that she didn't push Gwen down the stairs, but does it matter? Listen, at the end of the day, whether you pushed her down the stairs or not, whether it was an accident or not, you still did it. And yeah, we all know that she wasn't pregnant, but does it matter? I mean, you went up there, you said some terrible things to a pregnant woman, you argued with a pregnant woman at the top of the stairs. What did you think was going to happen? Hell, even if she didn't touch her, and she was just yelling at her, and Gwen got so distracted and she fell down the stairs, we'd be still having the same conversation. So, you know, them since they're trying to make her feel better or whatever, was like, no, just, like, Gabby and Chad, just stop. Just stop. Like, let her leave, let her go, let her find herself or whatever she's going to be doing. You know, Chad tries to get her to stay and practically begs her to stay. And I'm like, bro, just have some self-dignity. I get that she's your wife, mother of your children, all that good stuff. But, man, if you would have heard some of the stuff that came out of her mouth, I mean, it was bad. Like, it was bad. Julie. You know, Julie's the type of character that I feel like sometimes you could just flip a coin and just kind of guess what version of her you're going to get. You're either going to get the wise one that's kind and just a good person, or you're going to be getting the loud, annoying, and obnoxious version of her. You just don't know. And guess what version we got today? Yep. So, Jack is moving Gwen in and getting her all settled and everything like that. And Julie comes in, she's like, no, you can't do this. Blah, 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 blah. I was like, is that actually her house, or is that Jennifer's house? Because if it's Jennifer's house, then, like, why are you talking? I mean, hell, even if she does own part of the house still, like, the fact of the matter is, I didn't really understand. I understood that Julie was not there riding for Abby. She was sticking up for Abby. She was concerned about Abby. But I gotta be honest, if she would have heard half of the stuff that Abigail said about Gwen, she might have changed her mind. Maybe. I don't know. You know, Jack is like, you know, she lost a child. You know, like, I'm sitting there thinking, even if he didn't say that, the fact that this woman lost a child, you would think that she would have some sort of sympathy, empathy, or any one of those verbal words. But no, she talks about it like it's just not a big deal. Like, oh, you lost your child. Like, sweetheart, you're a mother and a grandmother. You would... okay. Alright, yeah. I gotta throw out a little bit of logic and common sense sometimes when I'm watching some of this stuff. Anyway, she goes in and she's all like, Abby this, Abby that. You gotta sit there and defend Abby. And, you know, the way she was like Jack, she was like, Jack! I was like, you know, listen, if I didn't laugh at that, I would have been just highly annoyed. Just the way she said it was just so annoying. She was just like, Jack, what are you doing, Jack? I was like, bro, you don't find this annoying? Like, her just calling your name? Like, if somebody called me if somebody called me like that, I'd just be annoyed. Like, yo, can you just, like, go away or something? After she finished, you know, spitting out her venom at Gwen. And listen, I understand where she's coming from with Gwen, because I rolled Gwen pretty hard when she came in, and I said some pretty nasty things about her, and I don't regret a single one word that I said, so I understand where she's coming from. But, you know, things do happen every day. You know, it's a soap opera, things evolve, and, you know, right now, listen, at the end of the day, I'll give you an example. Christy Teigen, I think that's her name. 1 second. Christy Teigen is a woman that I'm not exactly fond of. For just multitude of different things. And I heard some stuff, I was reading some stuff about her, and I was going to make a video about her. But then, you know, the whole, you know, she had a miscarriage and everything like that. And I was like, you know, listen, as much as I do not like you, I can't come at her like that, especially at a time like that. So I just wound up just not doing a video on her. But I wanted to, but it felt wrong to come at her, even if I felt like I was in the right. But Julie, being Julie, for some odd reason, just didn't see that. So we got the scene that we got, and yeah, she left. Gwen was gonna leave, but Jack convinced her to stay. But then Gwen gets a call or she gets a text from Dr. Schneider, or as I like to call him, Dr. Dick. Strongly emphasize that word more now than before, because when she goes over there, she goes to the doctor, and the doctor's like, "Oh, I heard you, you lied about, what happened to the baby. I mean, I read it in the paper, and I'm not exactly so keen on keeping my mouth shut about what really happened." HIPAA. Does that not really? I mean, HIPAA. Regardless if she lied, I'm pretty 99% sure that you can't do what you're even suggesting. I am just guessing. I'm not a lawyer, but I'm pretty sure HIPAA does apply. But then again, we're dealing with Dr. Dick, so and also, I mean, we all know at this point it doesn't matter, because Gwen already told. By the way, she did want to tell Jack the truth that Abigail didn't push her down the stairs. It was an accident, and she already lost the baby. Which, in reality, yeah, well, that stuff is true, but it doesn't make Abigail look any less guilty. But yeah, he was all like he was gonna sit there and try to expose her. I was like, really? Ooh, you're gonna expose her, and then what? Then what? At that point, you're gonna lose your job, right? I swear. They already did this on GH with the whole just violating HIPAA laws like it just meant nothing, and I'm hoping that they won't do it on here, but I have a feeling that, writers tend to kind of just do whatever the hell they want, whenever they feel like it, so, I guess time will just tell on that one. Gabby did talk to Julie, found some common ground as far as hating, Gwen, I guess that was nice, I don't really know their particular history. I know that Gabby did some real terrible things to Julie from what Julie has said, and I know it's one side of the story, but still, even some of the stuff that she said was pretty bad. So the fact that they actually had any common ground, and she only came, Gabby only came over there because she was getting stuff for Jake, and Julie was like, yeah, next time I have him come get it himself. I want no parts of you here. So, and now we're going to get into the last part of this episode, and that is Sean and Bella and, Jan Spears, because for some odd reason this is still a character. And I also want to save it for last because I'm going to be honest, I'm not exactly, well, I'm a little kind of negative on this part because reasons. So, Bella and Sean are having brunch or dinner or lunch or breakfast or something. They're having something. And, Bella's not that worried about the trial and how, they also found out that the evidence that, the anonymous person got is going to be entered in the records as far as court is concerned. For reasons, technical reasons, whatever. But it's going to be admissible. So, at this point, Bella's like, listen, I'm practically screwed at this point. Sean's like, listen, I have an idea. We both know it's Jan that did it. So, let's sit there and play it up. Let's, let me trick Jan into spilling, telling the truth, telling on herself. Because, well, Jan Spears is stupid, and she tends to talk way too much. So, Sean was on, he was on to a good idea. And at first, Bella didn't want to sit there and back him because, well, Jan Spears, as stupid as she is, she's also crazy, and crazy equals dangerous a lot of times. So she was like, I don't know if this is such a good idea. Like, maybe we shouldn't be doing this. But Jan Spears come in. Now, Jan Spears is just... I feel like with Jan Spears, it's like, I feel like I need to actually have like a drink of wine to just kind of get through her scenes, because this woman is so annoying, so desperate, so clingy. It's like, listen, I don't care if you're the hottest chick in the world. If you have those type of attributes, I'm pretty sure even after the guy is have his joy, he's gonna want to distance far away from this person. She comes in to Tran's office and she's being super annoying. She's all like, did you, like, what's going on? You're not doing your job. Jan Spears, Bella's still free. I gave you the evidence. Like, what more do you need? I need her to go down. So she's whining about that, and then she goes in her usual thing about how, Bella's gonna go to jail. She's gonna get what she deserves, and I'm gonna live happily ever after with Sean, because apparently Sean is the only person for her, which is just sad and pathetic, and just all sorts of other reasons. I am so trying not to be negative, but I can't help it. I really can't help it, because something about somebody being so desperate to get someone is just beyond annoying. It's obnoxious, and it's just pathetic. But yeah, she goes on about that, and even Tran is like, even Melinda is like, you sure about that? You sure you're gonna be getting with him? Because, I don't know. I mean, you don't really see his type, like, all crazy and desperate and everything, but boo, you do you. Just leave me alone, let me get back to my job, and, whatever. And of course, Jan Spears was like, don't screw it up or whatever. I was like, yeah, okay, because she's taking orders from you. So she winds up running into... She winds up running into Bella and Sean. Now, at this point, Sean starts to play up, he starts to get into an argument, or act like he's going to get into an argument with Bella. And at this point, we already, I kind of figured that Bella was going to sit there and play along with Sean, because, even though she doesn't like the idea, she's going to sit there and back him, and deep down, she probably feels that at this point, like, what else does she have to lose? So, they get into this fake argument. Sean practically accused Bella of, shooting Charlie, and they argue. Bella throws a drink of water or something at him, because apparently that's what you do now. That's still a thing. You throw, like, the drink in a man's face. I don't really know why that's still a thing, but for some odd reason it is. And she does that. She walks off, and, Sean plays like he's all angry and hurt and disappointed in Bella. And Jan just eats it up like the desperate creature that she is. I mean, just, like, don't question anything. Like, she sees them arguing. She's like, this is good. This is good. This is going to get me what I want. I was like, this chick is really just on another plane of reality or something. I don't know what's going on with her. But yeah, she eats it up, and, she tries to comfort him, and then she kisses him. And I was like, it's a good thing that I ate earlier, much earlier, because that might would actually made me want to throw up. I don't think that Jan Spears is actually ugly. But I think that she's kind of disgusting in the fact that she's so fixated on one person, and she's so desperate to get this person's attention, and I don't know. Something about somebody being that desperate is just, it vexes me. Okay? It vexes me. Oh, and the last scene is Melinda pretty much bragging to Bella, because she runs across her, she runs into her, and she's all like, you're gonna go to jail, John Black is going to sit there and purge himself, and it's going to be a slam dunk. Practically just, can't wait to throw her in jail. Like, she just, listen, I like Melinda for just a couple of different reasons. One, this woman is hot, okay? And I don't say that about, like, actresses and stuff like that. I don't normally, like, I would rather go for the average, everyday woman as opposed to some dolled up version of, like, whatever. Something about natural beauty is just much more appealing to me. That's just my whole thing. Than, somebody that'd be like Jennifer Lopez or, whatever people sit there and think that's the most beautiful woman or whatever that's like, like a star or something. Not really into that. But Melinda, yeah. So that's number one. Number two, I don't even know what I was saying. I was just so damn distracted by her beauty. Hold on. I don't even know where I was going. Anyway, she's bragging about how she's gonna sit there and take her down, and I'm just like, she is so desperate for this win that even with the flimsy evidence that she has, she just wants to close this case. She's so desperate, and the sad thing is that when the real killers, when it's revealed that Jan Spears is the real killer, I think my question is Melinda still gonna have a job? Because, like, she was so much rushing Rafe to sit there and find someone, anyone, it didn't really matter, that, the first flimsy piece of evidence that they had, she just ran with it. And she's supposed to be, like, good at her job and all this other stuff, and, like, what pressure just really got to her. But, with that being said, yeah, she practically brags and then she walks away, and that pretty much just kind of ends the scene, more or less. So, at this point, Bella just better hope that Sean can really sit there and, like, play this chick, because it ain't looking good. It's not looking good, and yeah, I guess we'll just find out. With that being said, I think that's about it. I feel like I'm 99% sure that I got everything, but if I missed something, please write it down in the comment section below. Be safe, everyone. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you in the next video.